Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Chigo's Dream of TV. We've been running a series on child sexual abuse and we are almost reaching to the concluding part of this amazing series. Please, if you have not watched it, kindly go and click on it. Today we'll be looking at the impact of child sexual abuse on the child, not only the child, on the family and the society at large. Sit back, relax, and as we go deep into this topic. Welcome back. Child sexual abuse does not only affect or impact the child, it has its impact even on the family and at the society at large. So we'll be looking at the impact of child sexual abuse. Please, I encourage you to watch this video to the end because this video is going to be in three series. We'll be looking at the impact of child sexual abuse. We'll also be looking at what to do if you suspect a child is sexually abused. And number 3, list of NGOs or support organization that can help out when you find out a child is sexually abused. The impact of child sexual abuse can be categorized into 5. Number 1 is the physical impact. Number 2 is the social impact. Number 3 is the emotional or psychological impact. Number 4 is the financial impact. And number 5 is the spiritual impact. Number 1, we'll be looking at the physical impact. The physical impact of child sexual abuse may include the child may experience genital or anal injury, also have urinary tract infection. The child may experience difficulty in urinating. Also, the child may contract sexually transmitted infection as a result of the abuse. Also, the child may become pregnant if it's a female. And also, sometimes when they want to go and terminate the pregnancy, they may have abortion complications. The child may also experience digestive problems. The child may also have sleep disturbances, may find it very difficult to sleep, may have fatigue, loss of energy. The child may also have headache, stomach ache, increase in the risk of some chronic diseases like the cardiovascular diseases. One thing we have to know that the impact of child sexual abuse depends on some following things. One, it depends on the severity of the abuse, it depends on the duration of the abuse, it depends on the frequency of the abuse, it depends on the context of the abuse. Also, it depends on the age of the child, the development of the child, the temperament of the child, and also the social support available for this child. Number 2 is the social impact. In social impact, you find that the child will have difficulty in forming a healthy relationship. They find difficulty in trusting others. Sometimes you see this child having a social isolation. They tend to isolate from friends. They tend to isolate from family members, especially if the abuse is from the source of the family. Also, you find out that the child may develop a difficulty in emotional regulation. They cannot actually regulate their emotions. They may also have difficulty in managing their feelings. It's a whole lot of social impact. Also, you see that there may be an increase in drug use and addiction. These are some of the coping mechanisms that the child may develop in order to manage or cope with this abuse. The child may engage in risky or destructive behavior. It can be sexual, it can be any behavior that is risky and destructive to their health. Sometimes you see the child begin to struggle with self-esteem, self-worth. They feel so low and very, very poor about who they really are. The child may develop difficulty in communication. They don't have a very smooth way they communicate. Sometimes you see them throwing tantrums, they find it difficult to express themselves. Number 3 is the emotional or psychological impact. The child may experience shock, denial, disbelief. The child may also develop fear, anxiety, panic. The child may also develop guilt, shame, or self-blame. They start blaming themselves. The child may develop sadness, hopelessness, depression. The child may also develop anger, irritability, or aggression. You see them always being aggressive. The child may be confused or develop post-traumatic stress disorder. The child may develop a difficulty in controlling and managing emotions and feelings. The child may be at increased risk of suicidal thoughts, suicidal behavior, and even suicidal attempts and complete suicide. The child may also have difficulty to trust and initiate intimate relationships. The child may also develop other mental health issues. Child sexual abuse is really, really detrimental on the child's mental and emotional and psychological health. Number four is the financial impact. This financial burden is mostly on the family. The child will need finances for medical evaluation, therapy, and counseling session. Also, the child also needs finances for legal fees. So the child may lose his or her education and career development. Example, if the child becomes pregnant along the way, and the child has to drop out of school, is have a financial impact on the child, even on the family. The child can actually experience increased risk of poverty and economic stability, especially when this happens in adolescence and the child drops from school. There is an increased risk of poverty. The child may also experience loss of support from family and community members. This in turn lead to further financial instability and poverty prospects. Number five and the final one is the spiritual impact. This spiritual impact can manifest as loss of faith in God and religious institutions. The child may begin to have a feeling of shame, worthlessness, and hopelessness. The child may also experience difficulty to forgive, to practice forgiveness, and have self compassion. The child may feel disconnected from their body and their physical appearance because they're going through a spiritual phase. The child may feel disconnected from life and the purpose of meaning. They begin to ask, why am I even living? Why am I still alive? The child may have difficulty in setting boundaries. Also, the child may begin to feel, oh, I've lost my innocence. I've lost my childhood. I'm worthless. The child may also develop difficulty in self-love and self-acceptance. Also, the child may begin to question, why me, Lord? Why did you allow me to go through this phase? Especially if the perpetrator is within the body of faith. Looking at the second phase of this video is, what do you do if you found out that your child has been sexually molested? Number one, remove the child from the source of abuse. Number two, take the child to the hospital for medical evaluation. Number three, seek counselors or support organizations. There are so many organizations that help out for victims of child sexual abuse. By the end of this video, I will list some of those organizations. Number four is the family support, which is the most important support. The child needs family support. The love of the family member, love of the siblings. They need that love so much. And number five is the spiritual support, the religious support. They also need the prayers. They also need the spiritual intervention so that they can go through this phase smoothly. Number three and the final one, here is a list of organizations that you can actually contact in case you know somebody that was a victim of sexual abuse. These organizations, they can offer a range of services. They can offer medical evaluation. They can help in counseling. They can also form as a support group. They can actually help in fighting the legal angle. If you want to go through the legal route to actually sue the perpetrator, this organization can actually help out. So I'm going to show the list of organizations. You can feel free to contact them. You can go on the internet, check out on them. You can get their contacts and actually call them. This organization helps to fight for abuse victims. Final words. Child sexual abuse impacts our children and adolescents negatively. It does not only impact them, it also actually have impact in their later life. This impact doesn't go away just like that. It's very important we prevent such abuse from occurrence. But, however, should in case it has occurred, we've shown you some of the things you can actually do. And I did not include, you can actually sue the person, take the perpetrator to the police, and fight the case legally. This will help to further stop perpetrators from abusing children. It's also very, very important. We show love to our children. Most times they are enticed by little things, as little as sweet, as little as mango. It's very important for parents to be there for your children. Show them love, show them support, show them that you care for them so that they will not be enticed by little things that end up damaging them in their adulthood. This impact lingers to their adulthood, affecting their life, even affecting the family they are going to form in future, affecting their relationship in the community, affecting their impact in their social and economic walk of life. The impact is enormous. All right, coming up next, I'll be looking at sexual abuse in the Bible. I've seen people asking me, "Oh, Chigo, why are you so much interested in sexual abuse? There's so many other spiritual things to talk about." I want to let them know that sexual abuse is as old as the scripture. We'll be looking at sexual abuse in the Bible. Please invite your friends, invite people to come to this YouTube channel to watch, to listen, to like, to share, and to subscribe. See you next time as we look at sexual abuse in the Bible. Alright, thank you. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.